this is saying the president work on the advice of these two people, Prime Minister and Council of Minister advises the president. Means president cannot work as per their own. He have to take the advice of the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers will advise to the President. Okay.
Whatever advice the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers give, the President will have to accept it. This Constitutional Amendment Act came during Indira Gandhi's government in 1976.
You see, they are, as we discussed, the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers are the real executive. Means they have the actual power. It doesn't mean the President is not the executive body. Yes, the President is also falls under the executive category, but actual powers are facilitated by the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. Means they will advise to the President. Okay.
After that, the Janata Party government brought the 44th Constitutional Amendment Act in 1978, in which it was said that if the President wants, he can ask to reconsider the advice of the Prime Minister and Council officers. However, if even after reconsidering, they give the same advice to the President, then the President will have to accept their advice. So you can see that the President is a nominal executive.
As we discussed,
he is the head of
President is the nominal executive. You have seen in your book also, the first paragraph itself, it has been discussed that the President is the nominal executive. Means he is the constitutional head of the executive. है ना? Basically, जो संविधान के सबसे बड़े सुरक्षा करने वाले लोग होते हैं, they are the president. And once president violate the constitution, he will have to face the impeachment. And because he is the constitutional head, that's why he cannot violate constitution as he is sitting at the post of president. Okay.
State, but not the head of the union executive. As a head of the state, he represents the nation. But does he also rule the nation?
So, as we discussed, he is the head of state.
He does not rule the
State
nation.
doesn't mean the state you are saying Bihar, Andhra Pradesh. State head denotes the country. And state is denoting here the country. Means the president is head of our country. That's why we say we are a republic nation, because we elect our head of the nation. And we vote like indirectly through the electoral college. We elect our president. That's why we call India as a republic country. Okay. So
who is the head of the nation? Of the president. And if you are still interested in becoming the president, then also understand the process of becoming the president. For any job, we first have to see its eligibility criteria. Then we have to see how to apply for this job. What is the selection process, and then what will be the appointment process? So first of all, we will see what qualifications are required to become the president. After that, to apply for the post.
Okay. So already we have discussed the qualifications. So who will tell me what are the minimum qualifications required to become a president of India? Yes? Who will tell me? We discussed na ki you should have the Indian citizenship. We have discussed the person. Yes, Ankit, stand up.
Citizen of India. At last 30 years ago,
a person should be minimum 35 years old. 30 years is for the Rajya Sabha. And do not get confused between Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha and the president. Minimum age for Lok Sabha is 25 years. And similarly, the minimum age for the Rajya Sabha is 30. And to become the president of India, your minimum age should be 35 years old. And the person should be Indian citizen. And like any outsider, people cannot become prime minister, president in our country. This is mentioned in our constitution. Okay. So these are the two important qualifications. Third qualification we discussed, that is the person should not hold any government offices either in the state government or in the central government. Means the person should not be the MP of any houses, the people who is nominating for the presidential post, that he should not be the holding any position in the government job. Means if they are holding, then they have to resign before nominations. And before applying, before filing the nomination, that person have to resign from his post or their post. Okay. So these are the some qualifications.
You will have to submit your nomination.
Yes.
We will also see how that is done. After that, this election is basically through election. So we will also see that in this video, and finally comes the appointment, which is an oath-taking ceremony. So we are going to cover all these in detail. But you apply for any job only when there is a vacancy. So first of all, we have to see when the post of president becomes vacant. Look, any president remains in his post for 5 years.
What is the tenure of the
Ronald
president?
Reagan became the president in 2017. This means that now the opening of the president will come out in
Also they can
2022.
be removed.
Apart from this,
we discuss na in between. Yes, there is a 5-year tenure for the president, but in between also the person can be removed from their post in case if they have violated the constitution. And what is the process? That process is called impeachment. And in Hindi we say it Mahabhyog. Okay.
between these 5 years, if the current president dies, the president resigns himself or he is impeached. Then in these cases, the post of president can become vacant.
Means before 5 years, in 3 cases, the person can be removed from the post if the person died. If the president dies on the sitting on his position, then there will be vacancy for the president. Then second is if they resign, like Vice President of India has resigned from his post, then there will be a vacancy for that. Okay, and third is the removal by the impeachment. Okay, these are the few scenarios through which the president can be removed. The president have to leave their post before completion of their tenure. Okay.
You can assume that the opening of the president is going to come out in 2022, i.e. next year. So first of all, we will check whether you are qualified to become the president or not. The qualification is basically simple. The first thing is that you should be a citizen of India.
Yes.
Your age should be 35 years or more. The third requirement is that you should be fulfilling whatever requirement is there to stand in the elections to become a Lok Sabha
Don't
member.
get confused in this line. It's saying the qualified for the election as a member of Lok Sabha means the person should have that qualification that he can become the member of Lok Sabha. It doesn't mean that he should or she should be the member of Lok Sabha. No. Before nomination, if he or she is holding the position in Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, they have to leave that position. But they must have certain qualifications to hold that Lok Sabha seat. है ना? मीन्स कहने का मतलब ये है कि आपके पास वो काबिलियत है कि आप लोक सभा का मेंबर बन सकते हो, बट आपको बनना नहीं है. बिकॉज क्या है प्रेसिडेंट बनने का क्वालिफिकेशन कि आपको कोई भी गवर्नमेंट पोजीशन नहीं होल्ड करना है इफ यू आर नॉमिनेटिंग फॉर presidential post in India. Okay, so do not confuse in this line.
Today, a simple requirement to contest the Lok Sabha election is that your age should be 25 years or more than 25 years. However, the Parliament can add some more points to this requirement by making any law. And when the Parliament adds any such new requirement, it will also impact the eligibility criteria of the President. Now the fourth and last requirement is that you should not hold any office of profit. We have already read about office of profit in the videos on fundamental rights. If you don't remember, you can check again.
At the union or central level.
But one little thing is mentioned here, and that is that if you are the president, vice president, union minister, or minister of any state or governor of any state, then you hold an office of profit. But still you will be allowed to contest the presidential election. So if you satisfy all these criteria, then congratulations. You have qualified.